Today's video, I'm going to be showing you all a sewing tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm actually going to be showing you all how to make a shirred tube top. So this is how a shirred tube top looks. I actually made this one myself, but I'm pretty sure you have seen a lot of people wearing tops like this. This is really great for the summer and the springtime. So I'm just going to go through and show you all like what tools and items you would need in order to complete this project. So the first thing you would need is some cotton fabric. You may need a yard or two or more depending on your measurements. You would need a tape measure in order to figure out how much fabric you would need. I have some sewing scissors and my rotary cutter. I have my seam ripper just in case there are any mess ups. I have some sewing pins and my tomato pin cushion. I have some regular white polyester thread. I could use green, but I decided to go with white. And I do have some regular green polyester thread, which is on a bobbin. You will need some elastic thread. Looks like this. And I actually hand winded this onto a bobbin. You want to do this by hand. And you will need a iron and maybe a spray bottle, and you will see later on in the video why you will need those items. First thing you will want to do is measure across your chest and bust area and add about 10 inches to that. Then you will want to measure how long you want your top to be, but make sure to add about an inch or so to both measurements for seam allowance and hemming purposes. Mine came out to be 42 inches long and 13 inches wide. Now I have folded my fabric so that I have my hemming in place. A regular straight stitch. I have placed my elastic thread bobbin to the top drop in. Now you need to change your tension to 7 and your stitch length to the longest one, which mine is 5. Everyone's machine is different, so that is what worked for me. This time you are sewing on the right side of the fabric. So I'm just sewing the first line right under where I hemmed. The first line or the first couple of lines sewing with the elastic aren't going to be as stretchy, but as you continue to sew more lines, there's going to be more elasticity. As I'm sewing, I'm just placing the presser foot next to the previous line that I've sewn, which is much easier. You also want to make sure the fabric is as flat as possible. This is how it's looking after sewing a bunch more lines, which is why you want it to be as flat as possible because it will start to bunch up more. As you're sewing, you want to make sure that you are back stitching as well. Once I'm all done, I'm going to fold my fabric right sides together and then I'm going to pin it. But I'm also going to do a regular straight stitch, meaning I'm going to have to change my elastic thread out. I'm changing the elastic thread out and back to regular thread, and so I'm going to go back to using my default settings for my straight stitch. Now here's my favorite part. I'm going to take a spray bottle of water and I'm just going to spray the top and just watch very closely how it shrinks so that it is more stretchy. Then I'm going to go in with my iron because the heat also helps with shrinking the elastic as well. Here's the final product of my shirred top or smock top. Very cute for the summer and spring. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, like, subscribe, and let me know if you tried this tutorial out yourself. And I'll see you guys in my next video.